I'm Theodore Wilkinson. Yeah, this is the Awesome News, where we risk our lives every day to bring you the awesomest of news. That's right, and I'm Jebediah Flavintoft Dickinson Singson the Third. Our top story tonight, Theodore's got the story for you right here. I certainly do. Our top story is gluten intolerance is dumb. It may not even exist. We have security footage of the professor that introduced this whole gluten craze, Peter Gibson, testing out his experiment again and concluding that it doesn't work. Let's go to the security footage right now. Thanks, Theodore. I'm here in Australia, where Dr. Peter Gibson is going to be conducting a little experiment today, and he's here to tell you a little bit more about that.
That's right. Good day, mates. A few years ago, I did an experiment that linked gluten to giving people tummy aches. I'm going to try to repeat that experiment today with the Awesome News' very own Jebediah. First, Jebediah, here we have these tasty treats, completely gluten-free.
All right.
How do you feel?
Well, yeah, I feel absolutely fine so far. Not having any gluten in my system feels absolutely wonderful.
You see, he's completely full of shite. There's tons of gluten in them snacks. Let's see what happens this time.
Yeah, it's a really good snack, actually.
Jebediah, there's a slight amount of gluten in this water. Try it and see what happens.
Well, I gotta say, I'm definitely not looking forward to this, but all right, I'll go ahead and give it a try. Oh my God, my stomach hurts so bad.
What a fool. There's no gluten in water.
Oh my God, I can't believe you gave me gluten.
The experiment is worthless.
Thanks, Jebediah. Well, you certainly are pissy when it comes to gluten. I certainly am. And you know what? I knew this entire gluten-free bullshit was all a bunch of nonsense the entire time. That was why I wanted to go down there and do this experiment for myself. Speaking of Satan, Jebediah's got the next story for you. That's right. At Harvard University, the Harvard Extension Cultural Studies Club has decided to hold a reenactment of a satanic ritual for educational purposes. The Catholic Church has expressed deep sadness and a desire for this reenactment not to take place. We have Awesome News correspondent Theodore Wilkinson live on the scene performing an interview with a Catholic priest as well as one of the reenactors of the satanic ritual. Let's go ahead and go to that now. Theodore? Thanks, JJ. Here I'm sitting with a Catholic priest and also a student from Harvard. Student from Harvard, why don't you tell us what you're planning to do at the Harvard campus coming up pretty soon here? Something really cool?
Well, as a student of Harvard and a member of the Satanic Temple, we're planning on putting on a reenactment of the Black Mass for purposes of education.
Very interesting. What say ye about this? I'm going to stop him right here and explain to you that there is nothing educational about devil worshipping. You and your satanic cult are just trying to corrupt people into worshiping Satan to
We
serve his
believe in
needs.
the compassion and empathy for all creatures.
There's nothing that is empathetic about devil worshipping. The only empathy that you have is for devils, and you just want to convert everybody to your wrong beliefs.
One of our tenets is the respect of people's freedom to believe in what they want to believe, even if it offends others.
The only belief that is correct are the beliefs of the Catholic Church. You know what? You are so far gone, my son. I'm going to say a prayer for you. Heavenly Father, please forgive him for his beliefs that are incorrect. Well, like most priests, that priest was not only a child molester, but he was also a dump yuck. Because God and Satan careful. You know, they certainly do, and a lot of people don't realize that. But I think that the priest was actually being very reasonable. You know, that Satanist guy was being a big asshole. I didn't see any of that, but our racist story of the week comes to you from New Hampshire, and Jebediah's got the story for you. That's right. This next story comes to us from New Hampshire, where Robert Copeland, an 82-year-old police commissioner, was caught saying the N-word about President Barack Obama. Now, I should mention that Mr. Copeland is white, and New Hampshire is full of white people, and his town is full of white people. But there are a couple of black people, and the black people were offended that this white man said something about a black person. In a town meeting, a bunch of the citizens got together, and of course, without having thoughts of their own, decided to react the way that they're supposed to. And we've got security footage, actually, of President Obama himself being notified of these horrible words that were said about him. Let's go to that now. Mr. President, sir.
Yes, yes.
We've just received a report that a police commissioner has referred to you using the N-word.
No, nobody, none. The word would be.
I can't say the word, sir.
You ever said the word before, son?
No, I haven't.
Try it. Try it. But we are not going to have this conversation unless you say the word.
I can't say the word, sir. And unfortunately, if I say the word, this won't make air.
All right. You want to move on to the next question?
I wasn't asking you a question, sir. But the commissioner did say that you have met and exceeded all of his expectations for being an N-word.
Well, I don't know what that word means, N-word, but I will tell him that you're welcome. Yeah, but it's yet bigger.
Well, our next story comes to us from England, and Theodore's got the story for you right here.
Hell yeah. Our next story comes from England, where scientists have figured out that Brits snort so much cocaine that it's actually contaminated the water supply. We've sent news correspondent Theodore Wilkinson straight to England to see if that's actually true. And we actually have a live feed of Theodore. Let's go to Theodore right now. Hey there, Theodore, how you doing?
Thanks, Theodore. Here I am in the beautiful old middle-aged England, in one of the hotels, the Marriott whatever the fuck, and I'm here to test out the water, see if there's really cocaine in it. So, you watch and learn. See this? It's up a lovely spot of British tea. Let's see what's in here. Eureka! Cocaine, look at that. How am I supposed to drink this? See this, everybody? That is pure coke.
Yep, yeah, looks like we've lost feed. Yep, yeah, we got it there. Yeah, right back again.
That should be enough.
Hey, you're still recording?
Yeah, back to you in the studios.
Thanks, Theodore. Well, cocaine in the water supply. Next time I get tired, I know where I'm going. London for a glass of water.
I'd certainly agree. And you know, having a bunch of cocaine in their water, wouldn't that make their teeth numb? They probably can't feel the toothbrush when they're brushing their teeth. No wonder their teeth are so fucked up over there.
Absolutely. New old England and middle-aged England, your teeth sucks.
That's right.
That's been the show for you this week of Awesome News, where we risk our lives every day to bring you the awesomest of news. I'm Theodore Wilkinson.
That's right. And I'm Gemini de Flammajoffnikins and Zinks into the third.
Good
Have a great
night.
night.